Job is regarded by many scholars as being the oldest book in the Bible. This book is deals with a lot of portraits and pictures, things that God wanted to show us. And as you begin to look at Job and study Job, you'll find out that Job is divided into 12 scenes. 12 scenes. And I begin to look at this and I say, Lord, why is the book of Job divided in 12 scenes? God had something that he wanted the people of God to see concerning Job. Now, here's the thing that get me with people when they talk about Job. They always talk about the patience of Job. Well, Job had some patience, but patience was the thing that he strived on. No, couldn't have been. Because when you look, amen, at chapter number 2, amen, and you'll see what Job said in verse, amen, 1. Again, there was a day when the Son of God came to the presence, to present himself, rather, before the Lord, and Satan came also. And the Lord said unto Satan, where did you come? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And the Lord said unto Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one who feareth God. I began to look at this and I said, wow, God is bragging about Job. He's given Job some props that the enemy didn't even expect to even acknowledge about Job. There's some things about you that the enemy, he tries his best to ignore them, but you keep letting them come back up so he keep getting a glimpse of who you really are. My God, watch this. I'm going to show you something. Now, here, amen, we find that Job, amen, begins, amen, to talk, amen, about things that he was, amen, not so concerned about. But he cursed them. He didn't let it get to the point to where he cursed God, but he cursed the days and the things that was around him. Now, here is Job, amen, dealing with a situation that he just lost everything in his household. His children was gone, his wealth was gone, his family was gone, and here his wife, amen, comes to him to get Job, amen, to cuss or to blaspheme his God. You'll find that in chapter number 2, round about verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, do you retain your integrity? Curse God and die. Why don't you give this up, man? You're fighting a losing battle. This is what Satan, amen, puts in the wife's heart, and she comes to Job and expels this particular thing to Job. You gotta watch when people try to put stuff in your spirit. Everything that folks say is not meant for your good. Come on, somebody. You gotta watch how folks, amen, always got a word. I get away from around people that always talk about the Lord said. Every time you see them, the Lord said. Do you know God ain't got time to talk to you like that all the time? Watch this. And then drop right down to verse number 11. Here comes Job's friend with no help, no encouragement, or nothing. They come before Job and they sit there and they look at Job, and the first thing they start talking about, if you was on the Lord's side, how is it that you that is righteous end up with an affliction like this? Watch this. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all the evil that was upon him, they came everyone in his own place. Listen, they came and sat right in front of the man, knowing that he had a sickness. Nobody bothered to assist him or aid him in his illness. The first thing come out of their mouth is complaint about what Job might have done. Watch this. Chapter number 3, Job bewailed his birth. After this, opened Job's mouth and cursed the day And Job spoke and said, let the day perish where I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived. Listen, if Job had so much patience, then why is Job coming against everything in his surroundings? It does not depict to me that Job had patience. Amen. I had to research this thing because I wanted to know what exactly was the problem with Job. But watch this. I want to share something with you. Now, you got to be careful that the enemy doesn't come along while you're down and out or in your mishap and bring you some of his small information to try to make you look away from God. That's what his design, that's what it's designed to do, is to make you look away from God. The malignant power of sin in human life, it brings the influence, amen, of something that could be legal, something that could be fatal. Even out of the mouth of the enemy come the words of poison. Do you not know that Satan wants to sabotage your spirit, your mind, your heart? Anything that he could do to offset you in your blessing is what he's going to work on. He's advertising himself. He's building himself up. He's making himself look good. But here's where the people are. They're accepting everything that the enemy brings. You can't accept what Satan brings your way. The stuff that Satan brings your way, it is deadly. It will kill you. It will rob you. It will cut you down. It will move you out. It will cause you to lose your vision, your focus on what God has given you to look at. The enemy has a plan. If he can work on you time after time, this happened, that happened, and we begin to look at it, that's a sign that you're giving him praise for what he's done in your life. But here's what the church ought to do. We got to look at it and say, no matter what happened, God gonna get some glory out of this. That's what I come to tell you this morning. It may look bad, it may look gloom, it may look dark, it may look dim right now. Don't look like nothing is going to come your way. Don't look like nothing is going to happen. But I come to tell you this morning, out of all of your circumstances, God gonna get some glory out of this. Glory to God. Here, amen, the Bible says, amen, in the book of Psalms, that the righteous cry and the Lord hear them. Anybody in here believe that God hears you? Amen. In the middle of the night, while tears are running down your face, my God, the ears of God is open. The heart of God is open. There's an open invitation from God coming to you to come into the presence of the Lord. But in the presence of God is the fullness of joy. Oh, glory to God. Somebody want to know how I'm going to get my joy back, how I'm going to get my gladness back, how I'm going to get happy again. Come into the presence of God and give God what he wants. Oh, glory to God. Watch this. The Bible lets us know that the righteous cry unto the Lord, and God delivered them out of all their trouble. The reason why some of us are still in stuff is because we don't believe God is going to deliver us in the first place. Oh, glory to God. Trouble don't come to stay, but trouble come to prove who you really are in God. If you can stand there and take it, my God, you are a saint of God. If you can deal with the situation, you've proven yourself to the enemy that it's the Lord that is holding me up. But David said, let the Lord uphold me with his free spirit. Whenever David got in trouble, he began to seek God. My God, I want to believe, amen, the things that emanated from David's mouth came from a pure heart. Oh, glory to God. As I began to look at Job, I kept saying, amen, for the Bible said, out of the heart of man comes the issues of life. Oh, glory to God. I said, what is the problem with Job? Why is Job so discontented? Oh, glory to God. If you live like Job lived, with a situation such as that, flesh fell from his bones.